how do I balance myself, what I know, and then the reality that exists where I need to interact with these things that I know and my society.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think I'll take from what Sister Farida has just said, the word balance. Finding balance. I think we are familiar with tightrope walkers. These people that perform by walking on a rope suspended far above the ground. Usually they hold a pole for balance. And when they are walking the tightrope, they are never still. They are never still. They are always swaying, trying to find the best position. They take one step, and if the camera zooms in on their feet, you see the toes fighting for the right position, the right balance, the right grip. They hold that pole, and they are still trying to find, should I move back just a few micro inches or to the side? Then they take another step. Life is like that. There is no stillness in life. The only stillness you'll find is in a dead body. And even at that moment, from what we know of the hadith, the soul is not still. So there is no stillness in life. Sometimes we think if we withdraw as much as possible from activities, from society, if we choose not to take any paid employment, we delegate all our tasks to house help, to children, to everybody else, we will then have some peace. Big lie. Because the instant you say, nothing to do, something must crop up. It's either Allah gives you something to test you, or Shaitan says, oh, are you free? I'll keep you busy. So the first thing to get in balance is to understand that we will always have things to take care of, things to deal with, that we will always struggle. I know the verse in the Quran where Allah says, do men, or we can say do humanity, do people think that because they say they believe they will not be tested? We will always be tested. One, that's the first thing I think to accept. It's what helps with self-management, self-regulation. Accepting that. Secondly, accepting that we will always sometimes fall short of even our own standards. Sister Medina shared what sometimes happens when she's upset. I remember while growing up, I said I had a vision of the kind of mother I was going to be. I was going to be a fun mom. I was going to get work done and still come home and be a fun mom. Reality hit me. When after a while I realized what a serious mother I was turning into. When I would walk into the house and the first thing as I open the door is scan the sitting room, is everything in place? Who put that bag there? Who put that shoe there? Have you done your homework? Have you? That was when I told myself, hey Salah, slow down. No, you are becoming the mother you said you wouldn't become. Reality. So what do we do? After we've accepted our reality, we've accepted we will not always be the shining mother, the shining wife, the perfect worker, the great housekeeper, the woman who always has good hair days, good makeup days, for those who love makeup, good shoe days, good dress hijab days. Once we accept all that, what next? You have to have coping mechanisms. One coping mechanism that I would recommend is have your own advice booklet or advice book. Because there are days when your head is clear, your heart is calm, you can see, you can think, you know your head is not messed up. And on those days you give yourself good advice. We always are giving ourselves advice, sometimes good, sometimes bad. We are sometimes telling ourselves, fire her back, don't keep quiet. She said that to you, give her times 2. We are saying it in our heads. Some other days we are telling ourselves, just calm down, just calm down. So on those days when I get this really nice self-advice, I quickly write it down. For the time when my head is too messed up for me to think straight, I'll run to that book and see if I can find anything I said to myself like 2 months ago to help me. One coping mechanism.